work.
Weird.
Yeah. Alright, everyone ready?
Yep.
There's. I was like, where's Abby?
She always mutes herself until it's her turn. Right, it's been like a month and a half. I don't quite remember where we left off. Like
I also don't remember.
I don't remember. I probably should have watched the video before this. I can't remember if we figured out who Varg was or not, but I guess we'll see.
I don't think we did.
We were really freaking close. Right.
Yes, we did, because I know who it is.
Okay.
Oh, no, we did.
Okay, so it's just after we found out that Fritz and Varg are the same person. Alright, here we go. Tell me the story again.
We'll do it.
Do you never tire of that story, love?
Please.
Well, since you asked so nicely. Once upon a time, there was a queen who had a daughter.
That she loved very much.
But the kingdom the queen ruled was a cruel and mean place. The people were liars and thieves, and it was terribly dangerous. The queen knew that the kingdom would never be safe for her beloved daughter if she didn't work to change it. So the queen worked day and night.
With magic.
Hush, dear. So the queen worked day and night and used her magic to take the bad people's energy from them so they couldn't cheat and steal and lie. And then the queen made sure that energy would stay with her and her beloved daughter so nothing could harm them ever again. And the queen and her daughter lived
happily ever after. There are 2 days remaining until my 18th birthday. I've been living in the palace for the last few months, and while it's not what I expected, it is still not so dissimilar that I am uncomfortable. I get to stay in my own room, and am served the same food as the occupants of the palace, only now I'm not expected to share my meals with the king and his family. It was strange that nobody even asked who I am, not even the king, but that did not matter. What is important is that I'm back in the palace. Only a witch like Sir Mithros could have orchestrated all of this.
That's supposed to be Haku, who isn't here.
Yeah, who wants to take over?
Magic is all I need to bring you back
Ew.
here. Convenient, isn't it?
Ew. You're perfect.
Who exactly are you, Sir Mithros? What is a witch like you doing here in the palace?
Everything. I'm your mother's faithful servant, Your Highness.
But I do not recall ever seeing you here until after Mother passed away.
I did not work within the palace at the time. But once your mother passed, I took a job here to fulfill her wishes to protect you. I was consumed with worry when you disappeared all those months ago. I suspected immediately that you were cursed, and that that the Lucius Bear had acted to keep you concealed from me. If only you could understand the relief I felt when I learned that Fritz had found you.
How will you prove that you're not like the other people at the margin, that you will not lie to me or betray me? Sir Mithros kneels in front of me and places a hand over his heart.
I made a promise to my queen that I would give you my undying loyalty, princess. I would protect you with my life because I'm not a fucking snake.
Him saying that does little convince me that I can trust him. Especially
That's
the snake
because
part.
I am a snake. Everything I am doing is in service to my queen and princess.
So what is it that Mother requires me to do?
Live patience. I wouldn't want you to ruin the surprise.
Sir Mithras claims that he's Mother's faithful servant. There should be enough reason for me to trust him, but I'm still on edge. What is this surprise he has in store for me? My thoughts drift back to the occupants of the Marchen. They kept saying that they cared about me, yet I haven't heard from them at all. Even Rod, who lives here, I barely even see him. And Fritz. Since I returned to the palace, I've been seeing less and less of Fritz, and more of Varg. In the beginning, I'd continually ask Fritz about his memories of specific days, of the times when he was Varg. Fritz never seems to recall anything. He just smiled at me sheepishly and told me his age was probably making his memory worse. Dude, you're like 21. Fritz
Can
isn't...
it continue to hurt anymore?
Fritz isn't even that old. Since then, things have changed. I no longer bother asking Fritz about things he surely does not remember. Fritz doesn't remember anything related to Varg, yet Varg retains all of his memories as Fritz. I know I should tell Fritz about Varg, but it is the fear that he would not believe me, but also something much worse. I'm worried that whatever it is inside Fritz will only lash out at me, the part of him that Varg came from. If I were Fritz, I wouldn't be able to believe it either. I look toward my shelf of dolls, unable to shake my feelings of disquiet. The dolls are the same as always, their glassy gaze focused on nothing and everything. It looks so empty without... No, I don't miss her. I don't miss anyone. Right? The sound of footsteps pulls me out of my thoughts. Who else is wandering the halls at this time of night? I'm unable to retain my curiosity. The emotion soon drives me from my room and out into the hallway.
I'm legitimately surprised Delora wasn't there. She's always there.
Yeah, I guess this time she was like,
I am
much of a
legitimately
waitress driven.
shocked.
Yeah. Maybe she
I
is
have a
somewhere, but she's just
feeling-
concealed.
I was gonna say, I'd say give it time.
I feel like every time
Probably
we come
will be.
back to that shelf, or that room, there she is.
Yeah. Maybe she's hiding under the bed. Alright.
It's like Angie from Resident Evil Village. You just see the little doll scamper across the room.
That'd be fucking terrifying, just seeing a little Delora run around. Alright. I gingerly follow the faded footsteps down the hallway, and there I see two familiar people. Sir Mithras and Sir Alcaster?
Oh, yes, I get to have a conversation with me. Yes.
What's this doll doing here?
The hell's this doll? I grow impatient. This doll is running around. 2 days is an insignificant amount of time when you're already waiting so long. I've been waiting years. The princess is safe and will continue to be safe, just as you have required. Our agreement was clear, Sir Alcaster. I will not help you until after the princess turns 18. I will remember the sort of aid you have requested of me. What prevents us from killing Gennaro now?
A small gasp comes from my mouth, and I'm not able to muffle it in time, despite the fact I hold my hands up to my lips to keep myself from shouting. I stop breathing as my mind whirls. Killing the king? Why would Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithras want to do that?
Every reason. That sound. Do not try and distract me. What do we lose by acting now? We could lose everything if we act too hastily. I voiced the wrong character. It's fine. I think it would do you good to learn some patience from your son.
Oh, you get to have a conversation with yourself
Are you
and
sure
yourself.
you don't want me to
Oh,
take
yes, we get to have a conversation between me, and other me.
You sure you
Yes.
don't want Dylan to take, like, What? Not Alcaster.
Someone take
Mithros?
someone else.
I'll take Mithros.
There we
Thank
go.
you. 'Cause another one of me is like, another me is gonna show up, and it's just gonna be me the entire fucking episode.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Can we just have like 50 of you?
Oh god.
Hold on, it'll be Mithros. If it's today, it'll be Mithros, Varg, Alcaster, and like Waltz. He'll just show up out of nowhere.
Like, hey, where'd this kid come from? Alright. Alcaster's
Varg. Sir Alcaster.
Varg, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, it also sounds gross. I love it.
Yeah, right.
on. Just gotta do the cheeky voice.
I smirk. It's not actually a voice line there, but I feel like he's the type of asshole who would say that.
He's like, fuck you, such I narrate my own lines.
Mm.
I could see it though.
Alright, Mithros. Alright, Mithros smirks as Varg moves to just stand off to the side of the two men, his expression solemn. I don't know why that sentence was very difficult, but it was.
Trust that you've tamed Fritz.
What are you talking about?
Does he not realize that's his son?
No.
You have not noticed. Even your own son is being even when your own son is being overwhelmed. Varg is gaining control, slowly but surely. He no longer has to wait for Fritz's consciousness to descend into sleep. Fritz's is the worst thing ever. In a few weeks, perhaps even days, Varg may be able to help us during the day. English is hard.
You
Yep.
fucking soon though.
Then that is why I've only seen Varg at night. If he can't act during the day as well, what will happen to Fritz?
Yes. I hope you're not trying to avoid your mission in staying here.
How curious. Perhaps Fritz is stronger than you think.
That weakling? Don't make me laugh. I just find this extremely boring.
Varg
He's
shrugs
out.
before walking away. I just like how in every storyline so far, Varg kind of has his own agenda, or tries to.
He doesn't really have an agenda. He's just kind of there.
Well, in all the other
he has
lines,
it-
and all the other lines, like if he can, he's not under control. He always tries to actually help Lucette, or he's just like, I don't give a fuck, and then just fucks off.
No,
Yeah.
he has his agenda of fuck you.
Pretty much, like when he can, he's just like, nah, I'm gonna help Lucette, late.
I'm gonna
I'm
help
gonna go this
literally anyone but the people that the reason I'm here.
Now all we have to do is turn left and we can have everything we've ever wanted. I'm going to turn right.
I'm going
Why?
to turn right. I'm going to turn right out of spite now.
Anyway. How interesting.
I do not approve of his methods.
Because
What
he
the-
rebels whenever he can.
What?
Yeah, I do.
He doesn't have them. Well, what would you have me do to improve him? He completes every task you give him.
He is softened. Can't have that.
Well, let us see if he completes this task. Then we will know for certain where his loyalties lie.
As Sir Mithros and Sir Alcaster begin to walk away, I exhale. I feel a slight shudder when Mithros stops and gazes behind him, his eyes wandering to my hiding place at the end of the hall. My heart thumps loudly in my ears as I wait to hear him leave.
The wind has a bitter chill to it tonight. I get it. Like ice. I get it.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
the ice princess, yeah.
I get that joke.
Mithros turns on his heels with a slight twitch of his lips before he disappears.
Twitch.
Twitch. I make
Yeah,
my way back
that's
to my
where we
room
are.
in a daze. My whole... I get it. Alright. My whole body feels weak, and when I eventually get to my bed, I crash down on it feeling numb. They mean to kill the king, but why? Sir Alcaster and Sir Mithras are two of his most trusted advisors. What could the king have done to make him desire his death?
Exist.
Why does Sir Mithras want to wait until I'm 18? What happens then? Does this have anything to do with that gift he was talking about? Is Sir Mithras planning on using me for something? I clench my hands in a fist and inhale sharply. I think of the other things that came up in conversation. I said that Varg might be able to act during the day soon. Does that mean Fritz will disappear? My breath catches in my throat at the thought.
Princess?
There's no need to look at me like that.
Every reason. It's my job. It's my job to know you, Princess. And right now, I know something is not right.
It's your job to protect me. Knowing me is a very different thing.
Princess, please,
Perhaps you should worry more about yourself.
My job as a knight. My job as a knight is to protect my charge. Put their life before mine. If I can't protect you, how can I call myself a knight?
Fritz reaches out as if to touch me, but I shrink away. Do not touch me.
Sorry, Princess. Please know I'm always here if you need to talk.
If Fritz disappears, what will happen? I almost jump when I hear someone shouting just outside my door. I'm gonna guess it's Rod?
Maybe?
Quickly, Emmeline!
Oh yeah, it's the doll. Rod? Ha! I guessed right.
Fuck!
I quickly stand up and move toward my door, pulling it open to catch a glimpse of the outside. I end up opening the door into Rod's face. Ouch!
Big slap.
He comes to an abrupt stop and just glares at the door that blocks his straight path. His hand is outstretched as if he meant to reach for my door. Rod? Emmeline? It's so late. What are you all doing out there? Wait, what are they doing in their rooms? Rod's finger tightened over Emmeline's hand. They both look exhausted and Emmeline is on the verge of tears. What's happening? Rod seems to consider something before he finally comes to a silent conclusion. His eyes glare right into mine.
Get out of the way.
Wow.
Rod's voice is colder than usual, even for him. Emmeline's eyes widen as she stares at him in shock. Rod, but I thought...
This isn't the time.
Oh, Jesus!
Boop.
Ah, so here's where the rabbits escaped.
Varg? Varg is slowly making his way over to us, his posture relaxed, expression indifferent. He doesn't seem to look even winded.
Well, this is a complication.
Do we help them or move? I don't even remember how many crystals we have and haven't gotten.
Oh,
Shoot. What do you guys think we should do?
let's kill Vard.
I'm thinking move? Because Rod
Sure.
said move? Okay, so that's 2 for move. Abby, Willie, what do you think?
Move.
Move? Okay.
I'm outvoted anyway.
Yeah. I move without realizing, put myself between Varg and the 2 siblings.
So they were both the same thing?
I guess? Well, I think maybe the other one, you just grab them in instead.
I assume helping them would just move them into the room.
Yeah, I would assume it was her shoving them into the room.
Let's
Loose
order
head?
them.
No! Emmeline reaches out to pull me back, but I dodge her grip and turn back to Varg with a glare. Is this the mission?
How very unladylike for you to eavesdrop.
What are you going to do to them?
Nothing. It's none of your business, Princess. And why do you even care?
Why do I care? Because I know this is not some order Fritz would take. Varg hesitates, giving Rod time to act. Rod throws a vial that breaks upon impact with the floor.
Did this motherfucker just ninja vanish? He
Prob-
did just ninja vanish. What
Probably.
the
I
hell?
wonder if we're all gonna ninja vanish. It releases a cloud of smoke that envelops
Ninja
everything around
vanish.
it. I feel someone's fingers at my wrist and I'm being dragged away.
What?
My vision clears. I see Emmeline staying before me, holding my wrist tightly. Come on! What was that?
It's something Lady Parfait made for our escape.
Our escape?
Do you really think the merchant gave up on you? We must move.
We didn't get a gem. I guess that was the wrong answer. Oh.
I think you have that.
Well, again, this storyline has the best bad and good ending. Alright.
Because
Or the best of bad
ninja
ending.
finish.
Alright. I run towards the palace tunnels, a place I have not visited in many years. I thought they barricaded this.
Not quite.
Do you think we've lost him? No, not yet. Emmeline turns to me, her eyebrows drawn over her eyes in a look of sympathy. I'm so sorry you got caught up in this. I know that we're all meant to escape together according to Rod, but we were not expecting it to be like this.
It was difficult to get a hold of you with Varg hanging around.
But you were very brave back there. Thank you for what you did. I didn't do anything.
You did a lot.
Yes, you did, and it was very good of you to do it when you have no reason to help us. I'm suddenly uncomfortable speaking to her, so I turn to face Rod instead. What does Varg want with you?
My best guess is he wants us dead.
That can't be.
How else would you explain why the way he came after us, Em?
But why would he want you dead? Rod's bright eyes seem fierce in the darkness of the tunnels.
I think it must be what his master wants. After all, dogs only respond to orders.
What kind of dogs do you have? Oh, well. What you get for sitting around and talking?
I'm offended, Prince.
Hello.
We stalled too long.
Hello, buddy. Varg is just cooler now. Not the word, the character. You.
Once again, I move instinctively to shield Rod and Emmeline with my body. Varg looks at me, his eyes glittering with amusement.
When did you become so brave, Princess?
I keep my eyes fixed on him as I speak to Rod and Emmeline. Go.
But
Go! Now!
Go on, get!
Pretty much.
come on.
I turn back to Varg as the two flee. My body tenses as I wait for Varg to move. I will stop him, or at least buy them some more time. But Varg remains still as a statue. He remains rooted to the spot. I have no idea how long we stand there, frozen in place. Just imagine you're just chilling, just looking at each other like, yeah, sup.
You never cease to amaze me. So, what's going to happen now?
Were you going to kill them?
Maybe.
He's not answering. Does that mean I'm right? Is this what Sir Alcaster ordered you to do?
Why else would I be here if not for an order?
Why would he want you to kill Rod and Emmeline? And why does he want to kill the king?
You overheard quite a bit, huh? Probably a little more than you should have.
Tension in the air becomes palpable, and it becomes harder to breathe. Varg's fingers tighten on his cane. He wouldn't hurt me, would he? Varg moves, and for a few moments I'm frozen with terror. And the word I've forgotten long ago suddenly comes to my lips, unbidden. A word that Fritz once told me before. What? I can say it in my head, but not loud. Aduvia. We'll just say it like that. This time, it is Varg that freezes. He raises his cane, but it never comes down. His eyes are wild enough that he hasn't moved. Suddenly he looks as if he's restraining himself. I can see the struggle in his contorted expression, and then I realize that he's fighting to stay in control. It worked? I remain still for another moment, my mind racing. Oh. Varg drops to his knees and I see shadows forming beneath him. Tendrils of darkness snake their way up to his body, beginning to engulf him. This is what happened last time he changed back into Fritz. There's still an awareness in Varg's eyes, however, his gaze is cold and accusatory. It remains that way even as the shadow creeps their way up to his face. I find my feet again and rush past Varg into the depths of the palace. I run, too frightened of what I might find if I look back.
Are you alright?
If you're truly worried for my safety, then you should have told the king how unsafe it is for me to leave the palace. Isn't that a knight's job, Sir Fitzgerald?
Do you have so little faith in me?
What?
Don't you trust me to keep you safe, princess? 3 years ago, when I swore I would give my life for yours, I meant it. I still do. I would never let anything harm you. Ever. Perhaps I need to make another promise to you, so that I may ease your worries. Remember this carefully, okay? Nope, I read that in the wrong order. Adiuva, there it is.
The
best I've got.
Yeah. I said the best I got was Aduvia. But yeah.
I swapped the U and the
Adiuva.
I and read it Aduiva.
Adiuva.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that
yes,
sounds right.
that's not it.
I could say it in my head, but I couldn't say it out loud. It was just a struggle. What does it
Can't
mean?
unsee a dweeb.
Oh my god, no!
Aduiva. I'm sorry, but that's what it is now.
Oh my god.
It's from an old language that no one speaks anymore.
Not helping your case there, Fritz.
No. It's what people used to say when they were calling for help.
Something to call when I need help.
The fact that it worked. If for any reason I'm not there and you need me, just say that word. Scream it at the top of your lungs if you need to. I promise I'll come running. A knight would never break his promise to a lady.
See, this is
Jokes
why...
aside, that's actually a really clever idea.
And it
Yeah.
worked. He kept his
Yeah.
word.
He in fact did come running.
Just on a mechanical level. That's
Sort of.
really
Yeah.
clever. Pick
Yeah.
a word that, like, in another language that nobody has any reason to say whatsoever. Use it in that specific situation, and it is the perfect call sign.
And she actually remembered it. See, this is why I wish Fritz was the canon storyline, but he's not.
No, it's me.
Yeah, it's Waltz.
Trust in me.
I have to go. She remembered it though. It meant something to her. I've been awake for hours, unable to sleep. I stay at my window waiting for something, anything to happen. But all is beyond the glass